Hare Krishna, are you able to see me?
Hare Krishna Mataji, yes.
Krishna Shamla.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Oh, it's a habit at work. So, last week, you can come here, sit here closer. I can move the place. And maybe I'll have to go back to charge my laptop too a little bit. So, last week, we did Prarthana Shlokas of Sri Ramayana, right? And then our theme is Sri Ramayana Saurabham. Saurabham is what? It's fragrances. So fragrance doesn't come in one part of Sri Ramayana, right? Fragrances are there throughout Ramayana. In fact, Ramayana itself is fragrant. So there are some parts of it because we are not reading the entire Ramayana, 24,000 shlokas. No, nor remember last week we did one shloka where we said Satakoti Pravistaram. Remember? We said Satakoti Pravistaram. What is Satakoti Pravistaram? 100,000. Somewhere it is Pravistaram. 100 crores. 100 crores, whatever it is, that number. Satakoti Pravistaram is Brahma. So when Valmiki Maharshi went and asked Narada Muni, Konvasmin Sampratam Loke Gunavan Kascha Viryavan Dharmagnischa Krutagnascha, all the 16 qualities, who has these qualities in entirety in this loka? Then Valmiki Maharshi, when he asked this question, Narada Muni only gave him the Moola Ramayanam or the Sankshepa Ramayanam, the Sankshipta Ramayanam. Only in 100 shlokas, entire Ramayana has been given. And then when he goes to Brahmaji, Brahma actually gives him the entire Ramayana. Gives him is like he says, you start writing, it'll all come to you. It'll all come to you. That's what he says. And then Valmiki Maharshi writes it. And then, so it is only contained to 24,000 shlokas. But in Brahmaloka, it is Satakoti Pravistaram. In Brahmaloka, it is Satakoti Pravistaram. But the beauty of it is, can we read the Satakoti? No. Can we read the 24,000? Yes. Yes. No cat, no dog, no ant is going to read. All of you are all educated, can put words together, right? Right? This is why I'm using that example is listening to that one verse of our Acharya, when he said, who I ardently follow, he said, did you read Ramayana and if you don't read Ramayana, if you don't read Bhagavatam, cats and dogs definitely are not going to read. So it is written for somebody's purpose. And who is that? That's us, right? Because we have all our mind can think 1,000 things. Even if you don't know the language, if the movie is interesting, we will put subtitles, look at the scene, read, look at the scene, read, and then figure out a useless movie that we are going to forget next day morning. What is the name of the movie? Nobody will remember. Right? We are doing that. So something that makes us a better version of ourselves, Sri Ramayana or Bhagavatam, something that teaches us what is the right thing to do. I think it is only meant for humans. You all agree with that?
But Mataji, I remember one incident in my childhood. My father used to read Ramayana, and there were like black-faced monkeys there.
Yeah.
So they come and they sit and they listen.
Yeah. The monkeys would come and listen because Vanaramsa will be there, right? They will come and listen. But I'm not talking about the Vanaras. I'm talking about the cats and dogs that people have started to own them so much. They all started to love them and giving them names, their surnames. So you think it is punya? I think these people have done some papa to take it to that level that they are not able to find another human of 7 billion people. They're not able to find somebody who they can trust. I feel sad for them. Right? Like there is, the human touch is different. The human, you can say words. That's the dogs or cats, they are only loyal because you give them food. Right? There is, it's a give and take thing. Unconditionally, a mom loves. Most moms love these days, right? Right. So the point being, we have to learn Sri Ramayanam for the purpose of it, which is to make ourselves better beings. $24,000 shlokas. Anybody is ready to read? Okay. So
that was one of my questions. And if there's going to be an effort to like
so we
parts of these, that's the one
Mm.
I'm worried about that. So I've
So-
never learned them.
hence the shlokam. If you came last week for Pradhana shlokas, we said Ekaikam aksharam proktam mahapataka. So even if one letter is one aksharam, Ekaikam aksharam proktam mahapataka. So of the 24,000 shlokas and say 32 syllables for each shloka, you do the math. If you say Ekaikam aksharam, we are good. Okay, so do not worry, because if we don't start, we will never get there, right? Right? We are all. Do you think I'm an expert on Ramayanam series? All the mistakes are mine. All the mistakes are I owe them because of my inability to capture some of them. But the point is, whatever we have learned in the best of interests of Sri Rama and to serve Acharya, we are saying the same things, right? Yeah, because I'm sure no Acharya will sit and do shloka by shloka. There are some. I'm not saying, but many Acharyas. So whatever we learn, we say. And then as much, just like Valmiki didn't stop at 100 shlokas, right? What did he do? He made it 24,000. So gurus, that's also, there are two kinds of gurus, right? The one guru, he gives the upadesam, the mantram. He gives you the mantram. But mostly the guru that gives you mantram, then udharaka, then he will not give you the meaning. So for meaning, you have to go to another guru. Siksha guru. Diksha, Siksha, that's what they say. And then udharaka guru, right? So there are two kinds of gurus. So you have to get the meaning of it and go dwell. And how much are we going to do the dwelling into it? So mantras are also just namams, right? A name is Ashtakshari Sute. It's Narayana Mahamantram, right? So you take that mantram. It is only namam. There is nothing on. So we say it is namam. Ramanamam will clear you of all your papams, right? That's what our acharyas say. So Rama Nama Japam so many times will itself clear it out. But if you keep saying Rama 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 Rama, you are only saying the letters. Sabda Sakti is there. So it will make some change in you. But Rama Namam is also a mantram. And mantrams have not just aksharams, mantrams have deeper meaning to it. So when you are doing your japa, you have to focus on the nama vaibhavam, or the inner meaning of the nama. But we don't know that. Till then, just keep chanting Bhagavad Namam. That's enough. You have so many. Here at the temple, we do the Hare Krishna mantra, we do, right? And then there is Narayana mantram, Rama Namam. Like even in our Upanasaka Acharya, he would always say, while you are listening to Ramayanam or anything, Ram Ramayana Namaha, keep saying that name. So it has to, whatever you are doing, it has to keep going in your mind. If you are familiar with Tyagaraja Swami, who has written so many Tyagaraja Kritis, just by saying Rama Nama so many times, so many lakhs of times, he attained the Sadgatis like that. Okay, so like that, just Nama Japam is enough, even if you don't go deeper into it, but it's recommended because again, cats and dogs won't say the go into the deeper meaning of it. If there is namam, there has to be japam, there has to be mantram, there has to be focus. What does all of this do? How many of you are here but thinking about something else? All of us, right? All of us are. While I'm speaking, I'm also wondering whether everybody got connected, and I saw Kasam Prabhu over there and I said, okay, I'm glad he's there and he's recording it. Something like that. So everybody, we are all parallelly processing. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, it's
So we
it's
are all
automatic recording.
parallelly processing multiple things. But mantram, japam, whatever we do, it has to be body, mind, and atma. No soul. No soul. We don't have souls. What do you mean we don't have souls? Soul is a very British word that has been adapted to English. Ours is atma. And souls are only masculine in gender. You have a soul? Yeah. Shastras give you a soul. Shastras give you a soul. We are entitled. Equality rates. Okay. Cats and dogs also have souls for us. But the word soul is only masculine in Abrahamic religions. Women, animals, they are all like, no. So we all have atmas. So, okay, please tell that you don't have a soul, that you have an atma. It's another thing. Okay, next. So we will just quickly dwell on the, so we will do the first shloka again. And then go over the 16 gunas of Sri Ramachandra. We only did the Dhyana Slokas. We will do the 16, we will, in Balakanda, there is a lot about Vishwamitra Maharshi in there. More than Rama's Balyam or childhood, Vishwamitra's Balyam at least has been mentioned a little more than Sri Rama Balyam. Okay, because for Rama, Sri Ramachandra, he was born. The next scene you see is he was born. They all grew up together like this. And then the next scene is where Vishwamitra comes to take Sri Ramachandra. If you want to enjoy how the Balyam of the Supreme Personality or Paramatma, you have to read Bhagavatam. Okay, so that they come in sets, because Sri Rama is guiding by example. Through his actions, we have to follow his actions, and we have to follow teachings of Sri Krishna. So Rama hasn't taught anybody anything. Sit, Gita, I will tell you, no Arjuna came and asked him any question. He is Purushottama. Why he is Purushottama? Because he followed rules of dharma and showed it to us how to follow. It's not like he was sitting somewhere and he said, hey, you cannot tell lies to your parents, or you have to be honest. You cannot tell a lie. You have to respect your parents. He didn't do the bodha. He did the acharana. Krishna, on the other hand, said there is a lot of things that you can follow. And to be like Rama, these are the things you have to do. So he gave the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so both of them are Paripurna Avatarams, and both of them have given us how to make a better version of ourselves. Okay, many of us, because it's very difficult to read Bhagavad Gita and then follow Krishna, right? So that's why Ramayana is a little easier to follow. Why? Because we still respect our parents. We don't call our parents old man. We don't do that yet, right? So we still respect our parents, and then basic things, right? We follow marrying one person still, right? Mostly. There are cases here and there. That's okay. But that's the value of system of life that we have established. So many of the things that we do, whether you know it or not, everything originated from Sri Ramayana only. Why you expect your child to be a certain way with you, or why you are in a certain way to your parents or your friends or your relationships, why you want to be nice to some people, why you have to be even nice. Nobody has asked you to be nice. There are a lot of people who are like completely off and going in every which direction. So why are we all trying to go in the path of, in the mode of goodness? Why? That's the right thing to do. Simple. That's the right thing to do. And we are trying to cut down on our anger, jealousy, greed, our desire, right? Lot of things. So we are trying to find what real happiness is, right? What are real happiness. So we are pushing out other things and trying to come back and focus. And who taught us that? Krishna through his teachings, Rama through his actions. Same thing in Bhagavad Gita comes, Prabhuji. Yeah. So if you are wondering, what Ramayanam are we doing? What Ramayanam did we say we are following? Valmiki Ramayanam. Why Valmiki Ramayana? That is the original Ramayana. And what language do you speak, Prabhuji? Tamil. What is the Tamil version of Sri Ramayana? Kamba Ramayanam. Yes. Speak Tamil to Kamba Ramayanam. Hindi. What Ramayanam, Prabhuji? Valmiki Ramayan. Okay, very good, Prabhuji. Mostly it is Ramcharitmanas that I hear in Hindi, right? Yeah. And you, Prabhu? Hindi. What Ramayana? Ramcharitmanas. Marathi. Ramcharitmanas in Marathi. So, in Assamese, anybody speaks Assamese? Okay, in Assamese, Madhav Kandali Ramayana is there. Madhav Kandali Ramayana is there. And Krittivasa in Bengali. And Vaidehi Sa Vilasa in Oriya. Yeah, yeah. And Ranganatha Ramayanam, Molla Ramayanam in Telugu. Okay, and Kamba in Tamil. Apart from this, okay, there is also Sri Villiputtur Balabharati Ramayana is also there in Ramarajam. That is also in Tamil. And Arunachala Kavi also has written Ramanatakam. Ramakatha Pattu of Ayyappa Pillai in Malayalam. Okay, that's in 15th century. And Ramachandra Charita Puranam in Kannada. And Sri Rama Vijaya in Marathi. Sridhara Sri Rama Vijaya in Marathi. And Giridhara's Ramayanam in Gujarati. Sindhi also there is Swami Sa Machal Triveni in Sindhi. And Nepali Ramayanam is there. Oh, in Haryanvi, Ahmad Bakshi Tanesari. He wrote in Haryanvi. And Guru Gobind Singh has written in Vraj Punjabi. Okay. And Kashmiri also, Ram Prakash Kuryagrami's Ramavatara Charita in Kashmiri. And Tulsidas, has written, Goswami has written Avadi Hindi. All these, apart from these, if you have ever been to Southeast Asian countries like overseas, anyways, but for there is Ramayanam in Laos, there is Thailand, in Cambodia, they have huge ballets based on Ramayana. If you go to Bali, they have a very, and guess who is the hero of their Ramayana? Sugriva is not the...
Hanuman.
Not
Hanuman.
Hanuman? No.
Ravan?
Not Ravan. Thankfully, yes, there are people in India who have read Ramayana in Urdu. I mean, from backward.
And
So,
they pray.
backward mindset of not understanding what good is. There for them, Ravana is definitely the hero.
Yeah.
Huh? It is Bharata who is the hero. For them, he is Bharata who is, because I thought it could be true because Bharata is away from Rama, like many of us are, not Lakshmanas. We can never take Adisesha's stature ever. We can only think of, oh, Adisesha can do that, can do this service, can do that service. We can only count on how many services he does, but it is impossible to follow up his service. Even just thinking about his service sometimes I think is like makes us feel very minute of services that we even can't think of, right? He becomes the bed. he becomes the seat, he becomes the chhatri, the umbrella for him, right? For everything, whatever he needs, Narayana needs, Adisesha is always there. In Rama Avatara, he came as Lakshmana. So he was always guarding his brother all the time, everywhere. The protector, right? So, so he becomes Rama Anuja. So he becomes Rama Anuja. There is Rama Anuja Sampradaya, right? Rama Anuja. He became Rama Anuja. So if you want to serve Narayana, we have to become Rama Anujas. Rama Anuja is what? Follower. So who are all Rama Anujas?
All three.
Bharata. And Sita, because she follows Rama too. Right? Everybody who follows Rama becomes his Anujas. Even Krishna is called Rama Anuja because he came after Rama. Right? So he came after Rama. So Anujas, whoever is following Rama becomes Rama Anujas. And doing direct seva to Lakshmana is also impossible. Right? So there is this Dasya Bhava, like we say, Dasanudasa, right?
One quick question. Do you know about Suryavanshi and Chandravanshi and how are they connected to Rama and Krishna?
Yes, but I have 1 hour more, so I can't dwell into it. Suryavamsi definitely, Chandravamsam not as much. I have to get my Bhagavatam book, go over it and send it to you and a photo of it. But definitely Suryavamsam, yes, the entire lineage of kings from Surya.
Krishna comes from Suryavanshi.
Huh?
Suryavanshi, right?
Krishna doesn't come from Suryavamsam. Only Rama comes from Sri Ram. Yeah.
It is clearly mentioned in Bhagavad. Okay. Yeah, Krishna's complete lineage.
Lineage is mentioned.
Family lineage is there. How the Somvansan is there, and there it is mentioned.
Yeah, in Bhagavatam, that's a separate chapter altogether. So is in Sri Ramayana. I think it comes in Balakandam only. Yeah, in Balakandam only. When they cross Ganga, that's when Vishwamitra tells about his lineage. He also tells Rama about his lineage. Yeah. So, sir, those are all the different Ramayanams. So when somebody comes and tells us this, we did last week also, tells us this happened in Sri Ramayanam. So what should your next question be? Which Ramayanam are you talking about? Let's be clear on. So they'll say, you know what, Rama did that, Rama did this. Which Ramayanam are we talking about? It's there in, in some language. Marathi, they say. I said, no. But my reference is only from Valmiki Ramayanam, because once you like something, once you have written, you are the original author to that. And anything that comes only must add. There are also Ramayanams people who have written hating Rama. Do we take that? No, we don't.
Even in some slokas, like in Sanskrit, the words have multiple meanings.
Multiple
in other
meanings.
Languages.
Yeah.
And people try to give the negative side of
Negative meaning.
and they say, okay, like this explanation is like this, and you should not follow this thing. But that is not good. Actually.
Also, we should not apply our moral standards to Rama. Okay, our moral standards and Rama are two different things. Our morals have no stability. They keep changing, right? Yeah, from
just
time to time.
Translation of words by yourself is not the right way.
Is not the right.
Listen to the people who have already trained with proper lineage. And that is.
Why do we say parampara? We say parampara because in the entire lineage, parampara is lineage, right? Entire lineage, when I'm learning, I learn from my acharya, who has learned from his acharya, who has learned from his acharya. So the entire lineage goes all the way to the original person who has written the Vyakhyanam, to original person who has written how to understand this entire Sri Ramayanam. So it is not me. This is thousands of years of explanation that has been passed down. Hence, I said in the last class, I am not going to use any examples. I will say, think all of us are going in a bus. I don't do those examples because our acharyas have not used. They have used examples. Acharyas, if you can say some lecture is authentic or not based on the examples they are giving. If they give too many mundane examples, you should run in the opposite direction. Why? Because those can be interpreted in any way we want. And sometimes even if you want to give the right example, that example may not work in another situation. So our Purvacharya's examples will be sun rises in the east. Can anybody debate with that? And then they give the example of how the entire universe has been made using the analogy of a spider. How? They say, does the spider bring from somewhere the cobweb and make it? No, it is there inside. Can you see the cobweb inside it? No, you can't. Only when it makes the cobweb, you will see that it. But can you believe that tiny one has actually made a huge cobweb with a design and perfect geometry, everything in it? Can anybody believe? Which architecture school has it gone to? You would have? No. No. So how do you, so when you say examples, they have to be also very shastric. And I'm happy to say that I'm only using those examples which are time tested, not anything that spurs into my mind. Maybe I'll use one or two, don't hold me there. Okay. Okay. And then we were also saying about Sri Ramayanam. So what is it? Kavyam Ramayanam Krusnam. Krusnam Sitayas Charitam Mahat. So if you want to say Sri Ramayanam, it is Rama Charitam. It is story of Rama. But is it really just story of Rama? It is. So explanation is such that Rama's story happens. It is originally Sita's story. Krutznam Sitayas Charitam Mahat, because it is complete story of Sita. Krutznam is complete, Purtiga, in its whole. Okay, Charitam Mahat, her charitra, her story is told. Mahat charitra is told. So it is actually Sita's story. So when we say Sri Ramayanam, for us, if Rama comes into mind, right? No, it is Sita, story of Sita in its entirety. Rama, yes, he is there in Ramayana. Okay. It's become more popular as Sri Ramayana. That's it. But it has 3 names. And Paulastya Vada. Paulastya is king of, from the dynasty of Pulastya. Who is from Pulastya? Dynasty of Pulastya? Ravana. Ravana Vadha. Paulastya Vadha. It's okay. We don't have to do with the negative. Our names are also very positively engaged. Vadha and nobody will come and see, right? People will say Rama Jayam and so on. Oh, it's Jayam. It's a positive word. All the positive reinforcements that we are all raising our kids with. So yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, but original. So these and we were talking about Rama Nama Vaibhavam, right? So even when Rama or Krishna, so we cannot see Narayana in this form. The Paramapadanatha we cannot see in this form. We cannot see the Vyuha Vasudeva, where his expansions are Aniruddha. I will not go into that. The second, his office basically. There also we cannot see him. Were we born during when he took Archavataram? Like when he took Avataram, were we there? Maybe we were there, but did we get to see him? I don't think we were there. Because if we were there, there is no way we are coming back with his after his darshanam. Right? So we didn't see him when he took Avataram. We were not gopis, we were not cows or cowherds, nothing we were. Or we were not any birds or anything during Ramayanam or a tree that he saw. No. So there is no way we saw him when he took Avataram. Then the third form. These are all expansions of Narayana. When we say, how can Sita be his wife while Lakshmi is his wife? How can Rukmini be his wife when Mahalakshmi is his eternal companion all the time? So we get all these doubts, right? So each avataram, each rupam, in each, and so inside all of us, he is there as Antaryami. Can we see him? We cannot see him. Why we cannot see him? Because in Bhagavad Gita, they say Ashtanga Yoga, entire process is given about Ashtanga Yoga. Not even one Anga Yoga we can do. Sitting straight itself has become very difficult. Folding legs, in a couple of seconds, we all move our legs. These start to hurt, right? Our back starts to hurt. So basic thing of focusing on sitting right posture also is not possible for us. And okay, should we sit there? Then we have to have focus, not have any thoughts in our mind. Is it possible? Impossible. Nischala sthiti has gone. So Ashtanga yoga is out of it. Is like now doing even hot yoga is difficult for many people. Right? So it is gone. So finding him inside us is very difficult. So where do we see Narayana when we say Narayana? What do we do? Shravanam, yes, but you are making up his. So that is why we have something called as Archavataram. Archavataram is the deity you are seeing at temple. Don't look at when you see Radha Krishna over there, they are Radha Krishna. They are not murtis of Radha Krishna. They are Radha Krishna here. They are not idols. Do not use the word idols. They are not, they are murtis. Like so many, already most of the English has Sanskrit origin. Why should we use idolizing words? We'll use idols for people who are, Har Chowki in India has one idol. Those are idols, undoubtedly, statues. Right? Deities. It is none other than Radha and Krishna. The more you connect with the form of the Rupam over there, you will see that they are alive there. It is our inability to see the Murti. Okay? In its original form. So when you go see there, you say, oh, there is Srinivasa, there is Goda, there is Lakshmi over there. The Murtis are there. No, it is Swayam Srinivasa over there, Swayam Goda Devi, Swayam Sri Mahalakshmi sitting over there and inviting us. Okay, so that should be your bhava. So Ashtanga Yoga, if you really do, you will be able to see that. But Divyam Dadami Te Chakshum, Krishna hasn't given us those eyes. So we have to make our eyes also focus. So mind, body and Atma, everything has to be in tune to take Paramadarsanam. So for now, we will just do Archa Rupam with these eyes, but we will slowly, as we come, not overnight, even after the session, when you go there, you won't be able to see. I won't be able to, maybe you'll forget to. But slowly, when you go to temple, slowly start seeing him not as an idol, not as a murti, but as Swayam Srinivasa over there. And then the slowly, mind has been so layered with unnecessary things, we are unable to see. So develop that love. What is Krishna? I love Krishna is what? Krishna is love. There is no love. I love. No. Right? Krishna is love. How do you love somebody? You all loved somebody in life? Right? When we were young spouses, as we got older, the kids, and then a little later ourselves. Right?
It is always ours.
Always ourselves.
Because in one discussion in Upanishad, they ask each other, like husband and wife, they're very famous personalities in that discussion. Then the husband asks that, it is always me. As I'm loving myself and you talking to me happily, that's why I love you. That is a very nice discussion. That is a series in Doordarshan Upanishad Ganga. One episode is there and very nice discussion.
No.
So in that they clarified. It is the way of Upanishad.
Oh, way of Upanishad. Okay.
Yeah. But the discussion is next class I will like.
Please do.
The personality is over there. I think it is. I don't remember the names, but I will think.
So all of this and so Ramanamam is very important, and Ramanama Vaibhavam. Why Namam is important? Because we cannot see Rama. Also, it's like gold. If you have gold, what do you do? can't do anything with it. But if you make an ornament with it, you can flaunt it. Right? So Rama Namam is like the ornament in hand. Right? And very easy, available. Access, you have that access to wear it. But Rama himself is gold. He is there, so we'll put him inside temple and close the door, right? So like that. Tijori mein band, whatever we call it, right, in Hindi. So, so for many of the Munis who were seeing Rama walk through all of that, for us, we see Rama as, what do I say? We think Rama, he is the Supreme Personality. Sita is with him. Sitaya's Charitam Mahat. We are going Ramayana bit by bit. The Munis, the first time, what happens when you do Rama Namam multiple times? You get the darshanam of Rama through that Namam, through understanding the mantra of the Namam, through understanding the Rama mantra. And when you see him, so what happened to the rishis in the Dandakaranya or the in the Vanams, in the forest that Rama went? There's one beautiful saying. They, Agrata prayo Rama Sita madhye susobhana prushtatu dhanushpani Lakshmana anujagamaha. Okay, so, and then anujagamaha. And they were thinking, who is Sri Rama? They were wondering who, they know he is Parama Purusha, but how? But then, Agrataha Prayayo Ramaha. So, Rama is going in the front. And then in between is Sita. And then followed by Lakshmana. The Munis, of all the Japam they did, of all the Tapam they did, they found these three walking in this way. So what is so great about it? Because we are not doing any kind of yoga, we wouldn't know. But the Maharshis were doing the penance to see Rama. And then they saw the Swayam, that Parama Purusha, walk in front of him, and the three of them. And then they say Ha. The sloka ends with the letter Ha, which means Rama is Akshara Parabrahma Swarupam. Have you Akshara Parabrahma Yoga? Is one of the chapters in 8th chapter? 7th, 8th, 8th. Right, Prabhu? Yeah. Akshara Parabrahma Yoga.
Yes. Eighth chapter.
What does Akshara mean? Akara. Akaram is the Rupam of Parama Purusha. Ksharam, one that cannot be Ksharam. Okay, right. So, Akaram is represented by Narayana Swarupam. Okay, Akaram is Narayana Swarupam is represented by Akaram. And then, how many of you know the syllables of Om? Akara, Ukara, Makara. A, U, M. A, U, M. Right? These are the three. So when the Rishis saw, they saw Akara is who? Yeah, Narayana. And then they saw Sita, Sumadhyama, and then Lakshmana in this. So they saw that Sita is acting as somebody who is connecting Narayana and all the jivas. And then so they were so happy. Oh, this is what Om means. This is Om walking. Where do you see this? You will still see if you go to Nasik now, by the Godavari river. I think the government also they have Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana. A walking stature is there. They're some form they have. They're like a silhouette they have made, and then it's on top of a hill. You can see Godavari is flowing, and then you can see three of them, and that's what the Munis have seen. And so they say, oh, the Akshara Rupam that we were all meditating on, he is finally here, and this is the form. So what happens when you are meditating on a Namam? the Namam comes to life in front of you. And that's what the Munis have seen. There's one beautiful shloka from Sri Ramayana. Okay. It is Aranya Kandam though. It is there in Aranya Kandam. 11th Sarga, first shloka. Okay. Okay. So let's do the 16 gunas. So like I said, today we will do Balakandam and as much as possible. Balakandam, I said, first Sarga is all about Sankshepa Ramayanam. Okay, Sankshepa Ramayanam, Sankshipta Ramayanam, Moola Ramayanam. In 100 shlokas, entire Sri Ramayanam is given. And Pariprashnena Sevaya. So Pariprashna has been asked. What is the Pariprashna? Valmiki asks Narada Mahamuni. He says this, he asks a question. What is the question? So you can all repeat after me. We also did Dhyana Shlokas last week. I will try to post the shlokas. You can listen to them and then learn them. Why? Because Dhyana Shlokas, we do Dhyanam of, we do the Suklam Bharadaram's, this thing, shloka. And then we, for any Vigna Nivaranam, we do the Vishwaksena Slokam. Then we do Hayagriva Slokam because he is the Rupam of Jnanam. We do Valmiki Maharshi Prardhana, Kujantam Rama Rameti, Maduram Maduraksharam, Aruhya Kavita Sakam, Vande Valmiki Kokilam. And then we did 3 shlokas, I think. Right? In one where he is described as a cuckoo, other one where he is described as a simham, a lion. And then we did Hanumat shlokas, Hanuma on shlokas. Yeah. And then we finished Hanuma sloka with Yatra Yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra Krutamasta Kanjalim Bashpavari Paripurna Lochanam Marutim Namata Rakshasantakam. Then we did Sri Ramayana Prardhana shlokas. I think another 6 shlokas or so. Veda Vedje Pare Pumsi Jate Dasaratatmaje Veda Prachetasa Dasit Sakshat Ramayana Atmanaha. Okay. Vedas, Veda Purusha, Ramayana, Sri Rama. Same. If Vedas are telling there is a Veda Purusha, Parabrahma Swarupa, okay, the entire Vedas are now condensed into Sri Ramayanam, and that Veda Purusha, he has taken a form and is none other than Sri Ramachandra. And that is the Pramanikam for us. Say, how can you say Rama is Parabrahma, Atmanam Manusham Manye? Rama always says, I am Manusham. I'm a Manava. He may say, but we have to worship him as Paramapurusha. He will say, Atmanam Manusham Manya, I'm human. That's what he keeps saying. And so he keeps saying, I'm human. But we consider him as Narayana Swarupam. That's what it is. And even in terms of Acharyas, many a times we look at Acharyas, right? We all see, oh, they are only wearing orange dresses. They also have 2 eyes. They are also eating whatever we are eating. Acharyas have very, very strict ahara niyamams, regulations. They don't get a pizza bites like us. Most of actually they don't even eat pizzas. That's a different thing. Okay, they eat once a day. They cook by themselves. They have niyamams. They have regulations. They have regulations. At least the in South India, at least we see a lot of. I haven't been to the north, and I don't know how. But our acharyas mostly they are like very limited. They cook on their own and they eat only whatever is served once and then done. Okay, some regulations are there. So so when we think they are eating the same thing as we are eating, and we think they have 2 eyes, 2 legs. They are also like us. They are also sleeping. They are also eating like us. So many a times we don't see the greatness in acharyas. So we think we equate ourselves with them, right? But that is what a low-lying mind does. It is what a low-lying that mind has not matured yet. It's a balaka, bala mind. It's like a baby mind. It hasn't matured yet. So you see, and then try, working through, try living like that, or imagine living like that. If we say everybody has to wake up at 4 a.m. every morning, how many of us can do that? I cannot do that. You do 4 a.m. every day? Yeah. 3 a.m. you wake up and then you do Japan, everything. Consistently, not miss a day like that. Impossible. So, Karthik once a month, Dhanurmasam 1 month, here and there, yes. Every day, no need, no need.
Aim for it, but never happens.
Never happens, yeah.
But it's good, right? If they do every day, it's good.
That's what the Shastras say, to wake up early. See, many people try to prolong their life, taking all kinds of, they think, I have to eat healthy, eat protein, I have to eat so much quantity, it keeps my body alert, or I'm building muscle. All these things people say, and they're trying to always constantly eat healthy. Why? To prolong their life. You wake up 2 hours early, you add 60 days, 60 hours in a month, which is a good 3-4 days in life at an average. So like that, continue for the rest of your life. You would have added 10 years without knowing. Just wake up couple of hours early. You will add more to your life yourself. It's there in your hands. Right?
I think the trick is take less food in the evening.
Take less food in the evening.
Whenever I eat more food, I sleep like it is difficult to wake up. But anyway, I wake up. But if you take less food, then you can easily wake up.
Prabhu listened to Upanishads when he was a kid. So
Like Ramayana from my father. You eat one time, you are a yogi.
Yogi.
If you eat twice, you are a yogi.
Rogi.
Twice, then you are a yogi.
Rogi, yeah.
And that too, the introduction of sugar in Indian market, actually sugar was not there.
Yeah.
In modern times, sugar came into Indian market, and that actually creates the real health problem in India. So if you want sweets, then go for honey or jack. Not the white. Honey and go.
So Prabhu is telling I'm telling everybody in online also. So Prabhu is telling, if you want to wake up early, then eat less in the evening, and also try to
like avoid sugar.
Avoid sugar. Avoid sugar specifically.
Eat twice.
Twice, yeah, and twice a day maximum, not 3 times. Yeah.
Even ISKCON ashramas in Mumbai, I used to visit there. So they have like their first meal at 10 o'clock and their second meal at 6 o'clock. 6 or 7.
6 or 7.
That's it.
Next.
2 meals.
Okay. So we did prarthana of, so we have to pray to our book, right? Sri Ramayana. And then eventually we pray to Sri Ramachandramurti. All of you say with me, Apadam Apahartaram along with me, and then we will go further. Apadam Apahartaram. Dataram Sarvasampadam.
Dataram Sarvasampada.
Lokabhiramam Sriramam.
Lokabhiramam Sriramam.
Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham.
Bhuyo Bhuyo
You have to get out of Halloween. It's not Bhuyo Bhuyo. No boost there. It's Bhu. Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham.
Bhuyo
Bhuyo Namamyaham.
Very good. So, Sri Raghunandana Parabrahmane Namaha.
Shri Raghunandan Parabrahmane Namaha.
Tapasvadhyaya Niratam.
Tapasvadhyaya Niratam.
Tapasvi.
Tapasvi.
Vagvidamvaram.
वाग्विदाम्बरम्
नारदं परिपप्रच्छ
नारदं परिपक्ष
नारदं परिपप्रच्छ
नारदं परिपप्रच्छ
वाल्मीकिर्मुनिपुङ्गवम्
वाल्मीकिर्मुनिपुङ्गवम्.
This is the first shloka. You're all initiated into Sri Ramayanam. So 100 shlokas, 24,000 shlokas. One shloka should at least memorize the Sankshepa Ramayanam 100 shlokas. Okay. First shloka you learnt now. Okay. Then the next question. So he asked, we did the what a guru should be like and what a student should be like. Right. We did that part last week. Humbly submit to the Acharya, and Acharya should have Jnanam and Anushtanam. Full of talk, no practice, do not follow that person as Guru. Because it is as much as many of us, right? We all are in this search of wanting to figure out what did our Vedas give, what did our Upanishads give. And so anybody in any form of appearing to be sattvic, we fall for those gurus. Right? There are so many fake gurus who are telling us that they are God themselves. So the idea is, do not fall for those unless they are ready to introduce you to the original God, like Rama, Krishna, anybody else claiming to be themselves as gurus, as themselves as gods. It is your first flag, red flag. No, also marks the 3 strikes right there. Okay. And then you run in the opposite direction. And this is exactly what I told my kids also. Anybody claiming to be God, run in the opposite direction. And that's what I tell. And you also tell your kids the same thing. Unless that person introduces, that guru introduces to real God. Hey, read Bhagavad Gita. This is Krishna. Hey, read Sri Ramayanam. This is Sri Rama, Sitama. And anything that you do to them.
Some kids and even friends, they ask like, how do we know that sometimes Krishna makes himself come? So how we can distinguish that this person is not Krishna?
I can guarantee you, Krishna is not coming now.
I know, but
because what does our book say? The next avataram. When is he going to come? When there is no Bhagavata, when the Ramayanam is not read anymore. You're all learned the first shloka, and I'm sure when you go home, if you have kids or nieces, nephews, you all teach. One generation, no worries. Okay. And after that, you make sure. So this is what I told my daughter. The purpose of life is to learn Ramayanam and teach Ramayanam. So my job is to get you introduced to Sri Ramayanam. You introduce it to your kid. So as that is your minimum dharma, right? What is dharma? Dharma is something you have to acharana, that you have to follow yourself, and whatever you follow has to be loka kalyanam. Everybody has this question, right? Why was Sita sent to forest? What was Rama's dharma as a king? He followed his dharma. We are not following our dharma, but we'll have questions about Rama's dharma. Loka kalyanam. Nobody's objected when one person had problem with Sita, right? When one person said, we none of us saw her do Agni Pariksha, we don't know, and nobody objected to that. So what did Rama do? His thing is to follow whatever the world is. Rakshita jiva lokasya swajanasya cha rakshasa. Right? He has to take care of his people. So what did he do? He did whatever dharma dictated him to do that. It is not out of disrespect for Sita or anything. He was following his dharma and she was following her dharma, and they didn't have any problem. If you read Sri Ramayanam, if somebody says be like Sita, it just means don't keep quiet. Nicely ask all your law questions. Sita has bad-mouthed, or she has complained about her in-laws, she has complained about her husband. So Sita is not, please do not have a meek idea of Sitama. Sitama knows exactly our questions, so she will ask on her. She is Harvard or higher law student, so she doesn't need our advocacy at all. Okay, it's only we out of love for her, we think, we are helping her. In fact, we are doing more harm. She is happy where she is. Yeah, because we read only parts of what we like to read, right? Our minds, yeah. So in Sri Ramayana, if you read, Valmiki Maharshi has done such a wonderful, I mean, I cannot say wonderful job or anything like that, because the entire Ramayana is so beautifully crafted, such that no incident in there is, why did they say this? Because you have to apply the principle of that dharma to another situation. If there is a situation in Balakandam, and then you think, why are they mentioning this here? It is redundant. They could have added few more chapters. Valmiki could have added few more chapters on Rama. No.
In modern time, Mataji, we do research paper, and to write a research paper, we need to read some 100 research.
Yeah, publications. You need to read a lot of publications.
No reference.
Prabhuji, you have, so when you write papers, right? I don't know how many of you are into like pure academics, right? You write an abstract. You say you write what prior work. You also write about what you have read before, where your sources are coming from, citations. You put, then you have the body of the. It's been a long time since I wrote. References, you do the references, then you have a conclusion, you have a premise, all these things. You if you take any of our books, Ramayanam, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, everything you take, there is why, what you are doing, why you are doing, what is the result, and essence. Entire Ramayanam is given in one shloka. Entire, like, the essence of why Ramayanam has been in one shloka. Entire Bhagavatam in one shloka. Entire Bhagavad Gita in one shloka. The essence of it. Conclusion. We write conclusion is the shortest paragraph, right, that we write. It's all given like that. So whatever you are writing even now follows the same pattern. Again, because we don't read, we think publication paper has to be like, I have a master's in psychology, counseling psychology. So we refer to a lot of ACA, APA papers, publications. So why they have it has to be in this format, the citations have to be in this format. Why? So that it's easy to refer. And if you see, look at Sri Ramayanam, the citations are Sarga, Kandam, like Kandam, Sarga, Shloka number. References are so easy. Isn't that like work has been so beautifully published? And this is, by the way, this didn't happen over a period of time. This is Adi Kavyam. This is Adi Kavyam, Adi Shlokam. It's not after several errors and trials that you finally ended up having something. This is Adi Kavyam. So when one other reference you say, we had that in the past, but we are just learning how to write, in publication purposes, you are adding all these things.
But when, for example, like in Mahabharata, so they had the condition like, I think Ganesha has the condition like, you keep saying, I will keep writing. If you stop, then that is a stop.
This is stop, yeah.
So they don't have re-editing.
Yeah. No re-editing. Yeah. Okay, so the 16 gunas of Sri Rama. So that's the first shloka, right? The second shloka. Konvasmin
Konvasmin
loke
atam loke
gunavan
gunavan
kasya viryavan
tasya veeravan
Dharmagnascha,
Dharmagnascha,
Krutagnascha,
Krutagnascha,
Satyavakyo,
Satyavakyo,
Drudavratah.
Gunavrataha,
This is the second shlokam. Third shlokam. Charitrena cha
Charitrena cha,
Goyuktaha
Goyuktaha,
Sarvabhuteshu
Sarvabhuteshu,
Kohitaha
Kohitaha,
Vidwan
Vidwan,
Kah
Kah,
Samarthascha
Samarthascha,
Kaschaika
Kaschaika,
Priyadarsanaha
Priyadarsanaha,
Vidwan Kah Kasamarthascha Vidwan Kah Kasamarthascha Kaschaika Priyadarsanaha Atmavan ko
Atmavan ko,
Jitakrodho
again,
Dutiman
Ditiman,
Dyutiman
Dvitiman,
Ko Anasuyakaha
Ko Anusuyakaha,
Tasya Bhibhyati
Tasya Bibhati,
Devascha
Devascha,
Jataroshasya Samyuge.
Jatarotasya Samyuge.
You have all you've learnt 4 shlokas of Sri Ramayana.
Haribol.
Do you know any other shlokas from Sri Ramayana? Any shlokas from Sri Ramayana? How many of you know Kausalya Supraja Rama? One shloka you already know. Yeah. And how many of you know Jayatyati Balo Ramo Lakshmanascha Mahabalaha Raja Jayati Sugrivo Jay Mantram? 4 or 5 shlokas. You learn, teach your kids also. Okay. Next. So these are the 4 shlokas. What are these 4 shlokas? So now the student and teacher are ready. And then the student, Valmiki Maharshi, is asking Narada Maharshi, 16. Kon vasmin sampratam loke. Asmin sampratam loke. In the current time, who has these 16 gunas? 16 gunas. First is, he has Gunavan. Of the 16 gunas, he says, Gunavan. Kasya Viryavan. Viryavan. Gunavan. Viryavan. Kasya Viryavan. Dharmagnascha. Krutagnascha. Satyavakya. Drudavratah. Charitrena chako yuktah. Sarvabhuteshu kohitah. Vidwan kah. Kasamarthascha. Samarthascha. Kaschaika Priyadarshanaha. आत्मवान को जितक्रोधो आत्मवान जितक्रोधो द्युतिमान को अनसूयकः अनसूयकः कस्य बिभ्यति बिभ्यति is scared कस्य बिभ्यति देवाश्च जातरोषस्य संयुगे so बिभ्यति even devatas are afraid if they see him. Who is that? So these are 16 qualities somebody should have. Chandra has 16 qualities and so is called, Chandra has 16 gunas. 16 gunas. Rama has these paripurna gunas. So that's why he is called Ramachandra. Sri Ramachandra. Right? Padaharu kalalu we say for Chandrudiki. Chandra has 16 Padaharu kalalu. Because these Rama has in complete form. So it's called Ramachandra. So what is the first one? We are discussing 16 gunas of a complete man, not just wearing somebody who wears raiments, right? So 16 gunas must be there to call himself a complete man. So first guna is Gunavan. Say again, 16 gunas, but the first guna has to be Gunavan. What does that mean? Did you ever wonder? who has 16 gunas, and the first one is Gunavan. Okay, let's come back to that. Think about what Gunavan is. Gunavan, by the way, is the character that one has to have default. Kasya Viryavan. Viryavan is who? Pray. What is Viryam? Where did Rama use Viryavan? Where was Rama Viryavan? He was by himself. So when he goes to the Vanam with Sita, what happens? 14,000 Rakshasas, after the nose has been cut off, 14,000 Rakshasas come to fight Sri Ramachandra. He was just one man. Even our heroes also have never shown that kind of a thing in any of the movies, right? Maximum they have like 50 people, 100 people, right? What? So 14,000 Rakshasas Sri Ramachandra has fought single-handed. So Viryavan. So is it because he was able to fight all of them? Not because of that he is Viryavan. He is Viryavan because before these 14,000 Rakshasas came, how his face was, after seeing 14,000 Rakshasas around him, same face. No change. He did not get scared. He said, come, I'll fight. That is Viryavan. Viryavan is somebody who gets unperturbed by the situation. Right? So if we have a calamity, if we have a problem, and then we stand there without any, see, showing no emotion doesn't equate to being Viryavan. Okay. If there is a grizzly falling on us, we are scared, obviously, right? I want to be a Viryavan. No, it doesn't work that way. Having the right emotion is important. I think that's where we are failing. I also told you I'm a counseling psychologist. I do counseling as a professional. So that part of me comes in here. Being human is very important. Whoever brought this emotional quotient nonsense to us has killed a human in us. Right? When you go to corporates, what do the people say? What you have to make in corporate sector there is no room for being emotional. Yeah, being emotional. I'm not going to cry over my boss's decision. I'm not going to cry over somebody sacking me off the job, and that's not what I'm crying about. I'm asking people to find their emotion at the right place. An employee is hurt, the default thing is everybody is like, they have a GoFundMe or they have flowers to send. It's become to that point where we are also attending somebody's emotion in what to do. There's a rebuttal for when somebody is in pain. Unfortunate, right? Like it's so unfortunate. The human connection is lost. Why? Did you ever think about it? If somebody is in pain, what is the first thing we did? They set up GoFund. this is what we have come down to. And trust me, GoFund doesn't last for rest of our lives.
Even India also.
Yeah.
Government also does that.
Government does that.
Whatever accident or something.
Or give them ex gratia. Yeah. They don't do anything. So what is the point? That human and be human. Be more human. It's okay to cry because tear glands have been made for us, for all genders, equally. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be angry. It's okay because the more you get in touch with your emotion, the happier you are. Because we have added so many layers of complications to our lives and run into so many people who are like so rough, so tough that we have become one of them. Don't you feel that? As adults, we are fighting so many battles with so many people in so many ways that we have hardened ourselves so much that we have become emotionless. Have less emotion, but don't become emotionless. Because if you become if you have no emotion, how can you connect to Krishna, who is all love? How can you connect to Sri Ramachandra? And if you read, how many of you enjoy reading poetry? There is, in second sarga, there is a shloka that comes up and says, Vishwamitra says, come send your son with me to the forest. And the Dasaratha is like saying, Me Ramo, are you talking about my Rama? Are you talking about my, Unashodasha Varshame? He's so young. He's so young. And he's Rajivanetram. His eyes, open only when the first sun rays hit him. Rajivanetraya. He's Pundarikaksha. He's Aravinda Dalayataksha. Which means his eyes open only in the morning, but you are asking him to come at night to fight with Rakshasas, middle of the night. Because Rakshasas work only at night time. And some people nowadays. Right? Right? So how will you appreciate that beauty in that poetry? Like, oh wow, so do we open our hearts to read that? No. No. So even old Hindi movie songs or Telugu songs or Kannada songs, old songs, think what the person is trying to say. We don't have time for any of those. We put some time. Reading literature softens us. No, don't watch movie for that. Read literature. Then you can feel, when Kaikeyi goes to meet Rama in the forest along with Sumitra and Kausalya, no words are mentioned, but we can all feel the heaviness with which Kaikeyi would have seen Sri Ramachandra. No, there is no talk between both of them. In fact, Rama goes and bows down to her. No words are mentioned. But when I take you to that situation, do your hearts get heavy? Yes. And that's good. And how do you know that? Seeing a movie, you'll only see what the director has felt. But there is a director inside you. And that you should not see in a movie. It should come to you from the book. And the characters and the veiler, when they describe Ayodhya Nagaram in Balakanda, nobody tells a lie. Everybody has a tilak on their face. That is the mark of people in Ayodhya. It's not cultural. It's not religious. It is who we are. It is every tilak that you put tells a story about you. Gopi Chandanam. Right? Gopi Chandanam tells a Sri Churnam tells a story. Right? So, Gunavan, Kascha Viryavan, Dharmagnascha. Dharmagnascha, I think we did Veda Vedye Pare Pumsi, Jate Dasaratatmaje, Veda Praketa Sakshat Rama. Okay. Dharma. So Rama and Dharma cannot be separated. Can we separate both of them? No. We cannot separate Rama and Dharma. There are two things. We also said last week, I think. One is Samanya Dharma and Visesha Dharma. What is Samanya Dharma? All of us, we have Varnashrama Dharma. Belong to a Varnam, you belong to an ashramam, like, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Sannyasa Ashrama, whatever your ashrama is. Based on that, our dharmas are. Following them, Stri Dharma. Following them are all Samanya Dharmas. What is Visesha Dharma? Vishesha dharma is a special dharma. What is it? Gopis were all engaged, all have samanya dharma. What is it? Take milk, sell them, sell the milk, make yogurt, sell it, butter, make butter, right? Yogurt. This is their samanya dharma. What is their Vishesha dharma? When Krishna's flute plays, when he plays this thing, they leave all of this and go for Krishna. Why? Vishesha dharma is serving Krishna. Serving Krishna. That becomes similarly in Sri Ramayanam, Rama has told us what samanya dharma is. How to be a son, how to be a brother, how to be a king, how to be a husband. He has taught all those things. But everybody else along with him, who? Sita, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna, everybody else taught us the Vishesha dharma. How to serve Sri Ramachandra. So two dharmas. Rama is teaching samanya dharma. Like a brother, this is how you have to be. Like a son, you have to be like this. But everybody who followed Rama are teaching us the Vishesha dharma. Okay, samanya dharma and Vishesha dharma. Then krutagnataha. What is krutagnata? Being thankful. Being thankful is what? Thanksgiving is coming thankful? Kill a bird and eat? It did nothing to you. What is krutagnataha? Somebody does some favor to us, we are thankful to them for some time. Later on, we may forget what they did for us. That's a different thing. As long as we remember, we remember. Depending on what other new favors we receive, this will become an old favor that we have received, right? But we are talking about Rama, right? Purushottama. Everything has to be raise the bar, right? So what does it? The shloka from Kadanchit upakarena. What is it? Kadanchit upakarena krutena ekena tushyati. Okay? Ekena tushyati. So even if you do one act of goodness to Rama, ekena tushyati. He's super happy and he will remember it forever. Okay? But nasmaratya. He does not think. What? Apakarena. Apakarena is what? Apakaranam is how many apakaras? Multiple offenses. Nasmarat apakaranam. He doesn't think about multiple offenses. Satamapyatmavattaya. Hundreds all he will forget. But he will not forget that one good deed you did. Can we even equate ourselves to Sri Ramachandra? But again, we go and ask him questions. So you have to see what is his character like. What is Sri Ramachandra's character like? What are his values? So even before anybody utters a word about Ramachandra, we have to, we have to question ourselves. And many people who utter about Sri Ramachandra are illiterates. Illiterates, maybe they have doctorate degrees and other things. Illiterates when it comes to being human. Okay? So that's how Sri Ramachandra. Kadanchit. Kadanchit is also, Kadanchit is that, it's a beautiful word. Kadanchit is like, need not be, but accidentally. Somehow they end up doing one favor for Sri Ramachandra. Kadanchit, somehow. That's the beauty of the language here. Kadanchit upakarena krutena ekena tushyati. Why we are listening to Sri Ramachandra is to not just think that he lived like that. He is telling us to be more like him. Like I said in the beginning, follow Sri Ramachandra, listen to Sri Krishna. So when somebody pounces at us, so depending on, so this is like, because I'm human, and then there are a lot of situations that we end up on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes people test our patience. It happens to all of us, and it's human. Okay. I'm still not doing Ashtanga Yoga. So that point, the closer the circle, give them some time, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. And then if it's getting too much, you have to do your sadhana. So what do? You draw a line there. Because and then leave it to Perumal, that's it. Leave it to God. That's it. Leave it to Sri Ramachandra. Because a lot of times sadhana gets affected. Right? Nobody, I can guarantee you, in Kamsa's palace were worshipping Krishna. Right? Because why? Nobody in Duryodhana's group were thinking about Krishna. Why? That Goshti is like that. Dushta Goshti. Right? Should have sadhu sangha. Right? Dushta sangha, what do they do? They will, so whenever possible, be in those groups where they're talking more sattvic things. Okay. We will run through the rest of them. Okay. Next, Satyavakya. Satyavakya, all of you know, Rama tells the truth. How many of you know Rama is the only person who tells truth? Any questions about debating it? Or now that we know, we will ask the questions why did he tell a lie there? Did Rama lie in Sri Ramayana? Did Rama tell a lie? When Rama is going to the forest, tell Prabhu.
He said to his people that
Sumantra, he tells, yeah.
while they are sleeping, he left. And
no, when he is leaving, Dasaratha keeps calling Rama back. And then Rama tells Sumantra, he says, tell him that I couldn't hear when so many people are around here. That's so much nice. Is that a lie? Is that a lie? That sounds like a lie, right?
He is following the Dharma. His father is person or
yeah, instruction. So we will get back to that. Think about it. Okay. So next, Druda Vrata. What is Druda Vrata? What is Druda Vrata? Positive connotation. Yeah.
Strong will usually used as
Yeah.
you're being very strong.
So Sriram, yeah. Druda Vrata is being steadfast in your commitment. You're like, you've committed to something, and then you are like doing it. You are not going back. Druda Vrata. Vrata is a regulation and something that you have taken up, right? Druda Vrata is that. So there is a situation where Rama promises all the munis, he says, and the rishis, he says, I will protect you all. Don't worry about it. And Sita goes and says, okay, you said you are going to deliver them all from all these Rakshasas, but to kill Rakshasas, you should have some Vairam. You should have some enmity with them. Okay? Or something they should have done. They haven't harmed you in any way. But here you went and gave word to all these munis. How are you going to make it true? You cannot just go wage a war with Rakshasas unless there is a serious, a disagreement, or they have done something wrong. They haven't followed something. But the Rakshasas didn't harm Rama anyway. So then Rama says, Apyaham jivitam jahyam tvam va site sa lakshmana natu pratignam samsrutya brahmanebhyo viseshataha. He says, Sita, even if I am not here, Apyaham Jeevitam Jahyam. My life is not there. Tvam va Site sa Lakshmana. If I have to leave you or Lakshmana, I'm okay for that. But Natu Pratignam Samsrutya. I am not going to go back on my word. Brahmanebhyo Viseshataha. The word that I have given to them, I'm not going back on that. So if you are in a rush to leave, because it's already 7 o'clock, I will take another 7 minutes. It's 7:03, 7:10. I can finish the 16 gunas and then we can leave at 7:10. Then that's what he says. So Drudavrata, he's steadfast in his commitment to the point that he says, if I have to leave myself, I have to leave Sita or Lakshmana. I'm ready to do that, but I will not go back on my word. That's what Sri Ramachandra says. Next. So this Lakshanam should be there even in us. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekena kurunandana. Krishna says the same thing, right? He is following, he is telling. Now you see they are both connected, Ramayana and Bhagavad Gita. If we don't give this example from Ramayanam, how will you understand Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekena kurunandana? That's why Bhagavad Gita is only the essence. Bhagavad Gita is the essence. If we learn essence, doesn't mean we understood everything. In its highest possibility, how can you follow that? Is what Ramayana is teaching us. And we apply it. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekena kurunandana. I can read only Bhagavad Gita. I'm going to read only Bhagavad Gita. Right? One thing, learning one thing in life is enough. That's what we say, right? So, and then Charitra. Charitra. What is Charitra? Character. How you carry yourself. Whether you're sticking by your values, whether you're sticking by your morals, all those things are important. Charitram is very, very important. Why? Because see, lot of times Rama is asked to come back. Like even when he's getting out of Ayodhya, Dasaratha himself keeps calling him. He doesn't go back. Why? Because he has already given his word to his father. Then all the Praja of Ayodhya go with him and ask him to come back. He says no. All the mantris ask him to go. No. Later on, Bharata goes and asks him, begs him to come back to Ayodhya. He won't. Then the Kausalya, Sumitra, everybody asks him. He says, no, once I have given my word to my father who is not there anymore. I've given my word. I am not going back on that. Having that. So Drudavrata, you can use the same example where he has shown. Same thing, even after multiple people asking him. His character is such that he's given a word, he is not going back on that. Okay? So, kulinam akulinam va, suchim va yadi va suchim. Charitrameva vyakhyati veeram purushamaninam. Okay? So, whether that person is kulinam akulinam va, whether he is born in a good kulam, whether he has a good he is born in a good family, all these things. Suchim va asuchim, whether he is suchi is cleanliness, 3 kinds of cleanliness: physical, mental, and spiritual. There are all kinds of suchi. Suchi is very, very important. Physical suchi, everybody understood when COVID hit us, right? Until then, we had everything eating in one bowl, cooking on the same stove, eating right off the stove. So then we realized, no, there is something called, every time I get a chance, I talk about suchi because that's one thing lacking in lot of people. You eat and then your people forgot to wash hands. People forgot to wash. I mean, I've seen so many times again and again, but our Acharya, he was telling one day, how many of us carry water bottles? You do too, Siddhantras. So drinking water from that bottle, you keep it aside. After sometimes your own saliva becomes poison. How many people you give straws to their kids to drink water from throughout the day, 8 hours? It accumulates so much germs around the straw. This is one thing that many of us PhDs are doing it. Okay, so Suchi is like, that is a very physical level. Okay, and mindful, whatever whether it's Suchi or not, Pavitram or not, not Apavitram, or whether he is a Veera or somebody who is scared. Okay, whatever it is, but the charitram is very, very, very important. The character is very, very important. The characters, whatever may be, whatever, wherever they are born, whatever their character is, but whatever it is. But most important thing is that they have good nadavadi in Telugu. What is nadavadi? Their way of life, their values in life. That's very important. Okay. Then charitrena cha ko hitaha. What is hita? Hita is hitam is doing good and wanting good for everybody. Wanting good for everybody. Vyasaneshu manushyanam brusam bhavati dukkitaha utsaveshu cha sarveshu piteva paritushyati. So Rama, he is like when he was in Ayodhya, not just his relatives, not just people who were there in around his palace. He was anybody who had a problem, he would cry for them. That human emotion was there for him. Okay, Hiteshu, and he was there. He wanted everybody to be happy. Okay, he's not thinking about only his palace or his Ayodhya, his Kosala Desam. He wanted everybody to be the same, happy. And then if he couldn't help somebody, he would cry. I couldn't be of any help to them. Okay, Brusam bhavati dukkitaha. He would cry for that. And not just for humans, by the way. So if you see Rama, he goes all the way to Guha and he calls him Atma Sakaha. Atma Sakaha. Guha, Rama is Chakravarti Maganar, right? He is Swayam Dasharatha's son. And he's going to be the king of Ayodhya. But he sees Guha is like what? He's like a small village kind of a place where he's people who have boats, who have all these boats. He's the king of that Sarpanch jaisa, like, he's like a Sarpanch for a tiny village or something. He runs boats over there, Guha, and he looks at him and says, Mama Atma Sakha, not just any Sakha. Hey, you are my friend, not like that. Atma Sakha to Guha. And when Jatayu dies, he does the final rites for Jatayu, which he didn't do even for his father. So that he has that hitam he has for everybody, not just humans, for vanaras, for rakshasas, for everybody. And Gnanam, he is exponent on all Vedams because he went to two of the best schools. First school he went to school of Vasishta. Second school he went Astra Shastra Vidya from Vishwamitra. So he went to Harvard and Yale of his times. Not supporting those schools anymore. But he went to those schools. Okay, and how do we know that he knows all the Vedams? How do we know that he knows all the Vedams? When he meets Hanuma, he looks at Lakshmana and says, hey Lakshmana, here Hanuma is here and talking all these things. This person who has come in looks like he is an exponent in Rigveda. Looks like he knows Samaveda. He knows, so he's telling. So unless you know where the Vedic knowledge is, how will you know somebody is saying Vedic sentences or not, right? So all those things. And Samarthya is, you know all of this, but you cannot use them see, you've learnt all these Astra Shastra Vidyas, you have learnt Rigveda, Yajurveda, everything. And when time comes like Kurukshetra and you are not able to use like our Arjuna, what is the point? That samadhyam has to be there. Rama would remember whatever astras, whatever shastras were given to him. He remember everything and remember everything. But then what you have to do this other thing. He has a huge bow. Actually lift it, pull it all the way till his ears. You know that, right? How to pull the thing all the way till the ears, and then release the banam, the arrow, when it actually matters. So that samadhyam has to be there. So 3 things have to happen here. To actually physically be able to lift the bow, pull it all the way, because you see Ravana over there, somebody who with 10 heads over there, you cannot shiver. What happens to Arjuna? My hands are sweaty, my body is sweaty, I cannot think of anything, I'm so scared. Kantam dugdadaha, my throat has gone parched. So what is the use if you become asamadhya like Arjuna? So Rama has the samadhyam. And then Sadeka Priyadarshanaha. Beautifully Tyagaraja Swami, like I said, right? I like literature, love a little bit. Tyagaraja Swami says, he says in a song, he says, Dasarathudu Sri Rama Rarayani Piluva. So the Rama is walking this way, and suddenly Dasharatha calls Rama and says, Rama, Rara, come here. Areya, like in Hindi or in another language, Areya. Who can call Paramatma Are? Re. Right? It's not something that you use. And then he calls him back, it seems. You know why? Because Sri Rama is as beautiful in the front and as well as when you see him from the back. The same thing, did you come for Vahanotsavam? There was Vahanotsavam, Brahmotsavam here at the temple, or any Brahmotsavam that you go one day and see how they have decorated in the back. In Alvar language, they say Munnalagar, Pinnalagar. What is it? He is beautiful to look in front, even from the back, he is very beautiful. So they decorate the back also so beautiful that people who can't take his darshan all the way in the back, they're also happy seeing him from the back. That's a Sadaika Priyadarshanaha. And when you see him, some people, if we see what happens to us, our emotions get all muffled up, right? We are so unhappy to see them. We are so sad to see them. And some people we see, we are like, I love their presence. I want to be with them, right? Some people we just love being around. Some people we cannot stand. Why? The Rama is not like that. Sadaika Priyadarshana. Even Kaikeyi herself, if she sees, she falls for him. Maybe she didn't look at him when talking to him. Sadaika Priyadarshana. Okay. And Atmavan means dhairyam. Dhairyam is what? Courage. Atmavan ko dhairyam. It's courage. Which means even if there is a very difficult situation, he is unperturbed. He is unperturbed. He is there. Like again, the same situation we talked about, 14,000. The Viryavan, he fought with them, but he is also he fought with them with Dhiratvam, with courage. After killing 10,000 people, he didn't say, oh, 4,000 more people. He didn't say that. Okay, so he was there. And then Jita Krodha, something that we all can use. What is Jita Krodha? Doesn't mean Jita Krodha. Krodha means what? What is Jita Krodha? He is angry, but he has control over his anger. Unlike us, dishwasher full of, if you see full of sink, full of dishes, we get angry even for that. Right? But Rama can control his anger. Jita Krodha. He knows how much anger to give to who. When Sugriva doesn't return from 4 months, Chaturmasam is done. Like now, Chaturmasam is done. He's still having fun in Kishkinda and forgets about helping Rama. And then Rama tells Lakshmana, Go tell Sugriva, it's been so long that he promised that he'll come back and help us. He hasn't helped us yet. There is no, I don't see any movement of any army or anything. Go tell him that doors through which Vali went are still open. Which means what? Where did Vali go? To the other loka, right? So go tell, so even how he scares is also very gentle. Go tell Sugriva that the doors through which Vali went are still open. Okay? That's what Jitakroda. Jitakroda. Nacha Sankuchita Panda, Yena Vali Hatogataha. Yena Vali Hatogataha, whichever way Vali went, Samayetishta Sugriva, Mavali Vadas Manvagaha. Is it that it's still, those doors are open. Okay? So Jitakroda is very important. Controlling anger. Do all of us have to do it? Yes, we are all human. We have to control anger. It doesn't mean that he is not angry. Having control over angry is greater than not being angry. Imagine there is, it's the same thing. Emotionless or less emotion. If tsunami is coming, what should we do? You don't pack stuff that you want and you run. If you're so oblivious to a tsunami coming, what does it mean? That means there's something seriously wrong network going on. You have to run from those situations. Dyutiman is somebody who is like shining, kanti, spark, aura around them. That's Rama. Anasuyakaha, not jealous. Anasuyakaha is not jealous. And last one, Anasuyakaha kasya vidyat devascha jataroshasya samyuge. Who in front of, even devatas are also scared when Rama is over there. Okay, when Rama is there, even devatas are very scared to go fight against him, obviously, right? Nobody, Brahma, Rudra, everybody will take a back step when it comes to Rama. Okay, those are the 16 gunas. So your homework for next week is tell me what Gunavan is. These are all great qualities. So you come back and tell me what Gunavan is. Okay. ஆழ்வாரும் பெருமானாஜய திருவடிகளே சரணம் ஓமஸ்மத் குருப்யோ நமஹ சர்வம் ஸ்ரீகிருஷ்ணார்ப்பணமஸ்து. Thank you everybody who joined online.